Shakti Polytechnic College proudly welcomes you all for the phase 1 of AICT ISCT sponsored 1 week online refresher program on industrial automation using PLC and SCADA. I am Dr. Senthil Arasu, coordinator of this program, and it gives me a great pleasure to welcome the chief guest of the faculty development program, industrial automation using PLC and SCADA, Dr. A. Subramaniam, chairman, IST Tamil Nadu section, and principal of GRG Polytechnic Polytechnic College, Coimbatore. Welcome you, sir. I thank Dr. Subramaniam sir for kindly accepted our invitation in spite of his busy schedule. On behalf of the institution, and I personally welcome you, sir, for the inaugural function of this AICT IST program on industrial automation using PLC and SCADA. Dr. Shankar Subramaniam sir is very busy, and he is supporting and encouraging in all his our activities, and he always encourages us to conduct so many programs for the students as well as for the faculty members, either through IST or any other media, any other forum. And he always with us for his and actually when we have contacted him, he kindly accepted and he simply said with pleasure, I will inaugurate the function, sir. I welcome, sir, once again. Next, I am very proud to welcome the AICT Faculty Development Director, Colonel Venkat sir, for kindly accepted our invitation to felicitate on the inaugural function of the 1 week online program. Welcome, sir. Actually, Colonel is very busy. He is actually looking after a lot of portfolios, and in spite of all his schedule, he actually replied for all the messages that we have sent to him, and he encourages, motivates us. So, welcome, sir. Colonel, sir. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. You're always most welcome.
Thank you very much, sir, for kindly participating in this program, sir. I am pleased to welcome our principal of our institution, Professor K.R. Palaniswamy, sir, for kindly given the permission and to conduct this program. Welcome you, sir. I sincerely welcome all the resource persons of us who have joined here for the inaugural function of this program. And also it gives me immense pleasure in welcoming all the participants of this program. I thank every one of you for kindly showing your keen interest in participating in this program. I also welcome the organizing committee members, HODs, faculty members of institution for the inaugural function. I take this opportunity to thank the AICTE, ISCT executive members for given permission to conduct this program in our institution. Actually, for the information of the executive members, the response of the phase 1 of this program is overwhelming, and more than 90 staff members registered so far, and about 70 of them confirmed their participation. And participants are actually from our Kanyakumari and as well as up to Jammu, all over the country. They have registered their participation. I thank our beloved chairman, Dr. M. Manikam, chairman of Shakti Sugas Limited, correspondent, principal, for their support, encouragement in conducting this program. Once again, on behalf of our institution, and I personally welcome you all. Thank you very much. Vanakkam, namaste. Now I request our principal, Professor K.R. Palaniswamy sir, to give the presidential address.
Good morning to all and all present for this program. Dear participants, with great pleasure, I welcome you all for this program. We all are well aware that staff development is vital for the development of the society and welfare of the student community. In spite of the crisis arising out of COVID-19 pandemic, we are organizing this online staff development program. It will benefit the staff members to enrich their knowledge and keep an update about the latest trends in the field of engineering. Hope you all will evince keen interest in this program. I take this opportunity to thank Colonel P. Venkat, Director, Faculty Development Cell AICT for sanctioning this program. Thank you, sir. On behalf of our management, institution, and myself, I extend our heartfelt thanks to Dr. Sankara Subramaniam, Chairman IST Tamil Nadu Section, Principal GRG Polytechnic College, Coimbatore, for accepting our invitation readily to inaugurate this program. I extend our sincere thanks to all the resource persons who are all from various esteemed institutions. I wish to thank the principals of various institutions for deputing their faculty members to attend this program. I also thank our HODs and staff members who are offered their help to make the arrangements for this program. My special thanks to Coordinator Dr. Sendil Arasu, HOD EC Department, and their team for making elaborate arrangements for this program. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next, I request Mr. Raghunath to introduce the chief guest, Dr. A. Shankara Subramaniam, Principal, GRG Polytechnic, and Chairman of Tamil Nadu Section.
Very good morning. It is a huge privilege for me to introduce our chief guest, Dr. A. Shankara Subramaniam sir, to you all. He obtained his bachelor degree in electrical and electronics engineering in the year of 1991 at MEPCO Engineering College. Master degree in power systems in 2000 from Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai, and doctoral degree at Anna University in the year of 2012. He has completed the prestigious UKERI training on further education leadership development and obtained CMI level 5 certificate. He published 19 research articles in the national and international journals and presented technical papers in various international conferences and conventions. Also, he authored 6 books in the technical arena. He rendered 28 years of experience in the field of education by holding different responsibilities. He received the following awards: NMR Krishnamurthy Endowment Award for the year 2001, the Best ISTE Chapter Secretary Award for the year 2003, received the Appreciation Award from the Chairman ISTE Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry Section for the year 2004, Arichalvar Dr. N. Mahalingam Award for the Best Polytechnic Teacher for the year 2005. He also played an important role in the securing the following prestigious awards for his institution: National Young Leadership Program Award, Dr. Amitabh Bhattacharya Memorial Award for the Best Polytechnic College for the 3 consecutive years from 2016 to 19, and Best Industry Institution Interaction Award. To add to the long list of his achievements, he is holding the following positions also: Chairman ISTE of Tamil Nadu Section for the period of 2022-2024, Governing Council member in Coimbatore Productivity Council, Executive Committee member in ISTE New Delhi, member in Awards Committee, Co-Coordinator Committee in ISTE New Delhi, member Board of Studies Sri Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya, Coimbatore. Thank you, one and all.
I request Shankar Subramaniam sir to give the inaugural address.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the nice introduction. Colonel Venkat, Director, AICTE, Professor K.R. Palanichami, Principal, Sakti Polytechnic College, Dr. Sendil Arasu, the coordinator of this faculty development programs, the HODs and faculty members of Sakti Polytechnic College, learned faculty members from various engineering colleges, polytechnic colleges, and the industrial participants. A very warm good morning to one and all present here. First of all, I want to thank AICTE for sanctioning thousands of faculty development programs through virtual mode during this pandemic period. It's really a new opportunity for the teaching community. Normally, our teaching faculty has to plan a lot to attend a faculty development program previously. They have to schedule their entire work. They have to travel from one place to another place, and they have to spare one week or 10 days time completely to attend a faculty development program. But in this pandemic period, this virtual mode of programs is really a boon to the teaching community. They are attending the program from their own place itself without much affecting their normal work schedule. Thank you for AICT and thank you, the director of AICT, for the new opportunity. Dear friends, we all know that the Indian Society for Technical Education is the leading national non-profit making society for the technical education system in our country, with the motto of career development of teachers and personality development of students and overall development of our technical education system. Being the only national organization of educators in the field of engineering and technology, ISTE effectively contributes in various missions of the Union government. The strength of ISTE is the strong base it has in technical education institutions in the country. At present, the ISTE has a very large and an effective membership base consisting of 1,24,024 life members, more than 5 lakh student members, 2,734 institutional members, 1,369 faculty chapters, 1,479 student chapters at institutional level, and 17 sections at state level. The ISTE Tamil Nadu section is one of the biggest section of ISTE. Recently, we conducted an online quiz for mathematics, Sri Ramanujar Mathematical Contest for the engineering college and the polytechnic students in Tamil Nadu successfully. More than 10,000 students participated in that program and the results were declared. In this juncture, I want to congratulate our friend Dr. S. Sendilarasu for selecting an interesting topic, industrial automation using PLC and SCADA. As a faculty of electrical engineering, it is an interesting topic for me also, personally. The first industrial revolution was started in the year 1780. Mechanization is the major development in the period. First mechanical loom was invented in 1784. The second industrial revolution started in the year 1870s. Electrification is the major development in that period. Mass production using electrical energy became very popular. The first conveyor belt was set up in 1980. Enthusiastic electrical engineers designed control circuits for operation of electrical machines. The third industrial revolution was started in the middle of 1960s. Information technology-led automation as computers were developed to simplify various tasks. The first industrial computer, that is first programmable logic controller, was invented in 1969. All electromechanical components were replaced by soft components. Huge size of control circuits become simpler. Now we are in the era of fourth industrial revolution. Industry 4.0 is existing. The Internet of Things is the most popular word nowadays for electrical engineers. Nowadays, the SCADA also faces some network security issues. When the SCADA package is initially developed, there are no large number of hackers, but nowadays it has security issues also. Internet of Things is designed for temperature controlled environments like our home or office. Industrial Internet of Things will do the heavy lifting in hot, dirty, and wet indoor and outdoor environments. These environments require sensors and electronics designed for places like deserts, installations, oil and gas field or ocean, and industrial manufacturing plants. This faculty development program is actually designed very well with very experienced industrial as well as academic faculty members are invited to deliver guest lectures. I request all the participants to utilize this opportunity well and transfer the technology to your students also. Once again, I thank AICTE for sanctioning thousands of faculty development programs. I thank the management of Shakti Polytechnic College, principal of Shakti Polytechnic College, and the coordinator of this program for inviting me for this inaugural function. Thank you, one and all, and I wish you all a great success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the inaugural address. Actually, we are fortunate to have a electrical engineer for the inauguration of this PLC program, and I thank you very much, sir. And next, I am very proud to introduce Colonel Venkat sir for the felicitation of this program. Colonel Venkat is a serving Army officer from the technical branch, Corps of Electronics and Mechanical Engineering, having done his mechanical engineering from Army institutes. Having nearly 30 years of service experience and served in all possible appointments of command, staff and instructional, the officer is presently on deputation with the AICTE and is handling faculty development related issues and release of grants through AICTE AQIS schemes. The officer has a unique distinction of representing India as its defense attaché to Russia. The officer also handles AICTE's quality initiatives like NITT, National Initiative for Technical Teachers Training, which is mandatory for the purpose of regularization and promotion to all teachers, examination reforms, implementation, 360-degree feedback of faculty members towards overall improvement of teaching and learning, and the most important implementation process of NEP 2020. I am very proud to invite Colonel Venkat sir to give the felicitation on the inaugural function of this 1 week AICTE sponsored refresher program on industrial automation using PLC and SCADA.
A very good
Welcome,
morning.
sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Very good morning, sir, and a very warm welcome, Subramaniam, sir. It's a great honor and a pleasure to be coming on your platforms and forums to be actually speaking, coming and speaking primarily, because of only one thing that I always keep saying. Whenever these kind of activities happens, and that too when you're delivering a particular activity in an online method against the norm, which earlier used to be having a face-to-face, there are many folds experience which each one of us seem to be learning. In fact, if I may say, you people are so learned people that after having gone through last 9-10 months, now you people have mastered the art. So having said that, now see the benefit which this system does take on, even though there are many issues coming in an online. But the point is, each one of us should see the benefits which come in, and the benefits which come in this particular system happens to be a massive outreach. You happen to have crossed all geographical boundaries. Your participants and attendees seems to be from all across the nation. You have the best resource persons who have come online. You are able to deliver the best sequential activity which you can ever imagine, and no better than the participants who come today. Just imagine, they get to hear the best in a short span of 1 week. So what a wonderful activity, very nicely being done. And my due regards to the IST Tamil Nadu Principal CRG Polytechnic, the chairman, Dr. Sankara Subramaniam sir, for gracing the occasion, And when I mention this at the same breath, I should also be mentioning that these kind of programs would not have been possible in case if suppose we did not have an active participation from ISTE. These programs are a collaborative efforts of AICTE and ISTE, and what a wonderful team IC seems to be having led by Desai sir and Vaidya sir, and now I am getting in touch with the Tamil Nadu sector when we have Dr. Shankara Subramaniam in front of us. Fabulous organization which seems to be executing the task towards the quality improvement in a very nice manner. It is something which I think each one of us seems to be learning or even honing our skills when we say that how to give education in a very informative manner. And coming to this specific online talk in particular, I think very neatly organized. I was just going through your complete 1 week's syllabus. Seems to be very tightly packed and lots of talks. It's a wonderful thing. Actually speaking, I wish these kind of things would have happened during our times. Seriously, sometimes you feel that it should have happened. We should have also had dynamic people like you who take so much interest, but I simply seems to have forgotten my degree days and whatever. It just shows that, what commitment you people have today, your attendees and participants who themselves happen to be faculty, maybe research scholars, maybe from industry, they are going to remember you for very long time. That during these days when lots of people are still stuck up thinking, as to what needs to be done, your institute, your polytechnic comes forward and actually speaking is imparting a value-based education in an online format. Due regards to everybody, to the management principal of Sakti Polytechnic College. It's a wonderful activity which you people have done. May this be one of the best activities. I'll be in touch. I'll log in one of your sessions. So request to the coordinator stroke the co-coordinator, please do drop me by WhatsApp your link on a daily activity link which you will give to the participants to drop into me also. One odd session I would like to see because I found your talks very interesting. So one odd session I will surely be logging in. And I would like to bring this to the notice of AICT, because one thing which I have learned, I have spent just about 1.5 years in AICT. One thing which I have learned is that polytechnics happen to be the backbone of our engineering education. But for some reasons, I don't know why, each one of us seems to be running towards engineering colleges. I need to highlight that in case if this polytechnic can give out such a beautiful curriculum, which I am yet to find in many engineering colleges. Believe me, I attend at least 10 to 12 webinars a day. So I've taken a printout of your schedule. Wonderfully made, sir, and compliments to you, regards to you people. Please do the good work. One last thing, anything required from AICT, please feel free to let me know by means of mail or WhatsApp or a call. If I do not pick up a call, please do drop a WhatsApp. I'll surely reply. Just let us know if we can ever be of any help in any activity towards promoting education, towards improvement in the education. And one humble submission to all the participants who are logged in and listening. My talk is going to get over. This is not the subject content which I'm speaking. Subject content would be spoken after me by the actual resource persons which this institute has coordinated. Please understand that an appreciation of a hard work which this institute has put in can only be given provided as participants you are sincere in your attendance, and after having gone through this 1 week program, whatever learning you achieve, you practice it into your reality in your day-to-day activities when you go back to your respective institutes. I think that would be the best repay back which you can give back to each and everybody who is behind this particular program. Thank you, sir. Wishing you all the best in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Colonel, sir. Actually, we are fortunate to have you for the inaugural function, sir. Actually, apart from regarding this resource person, apart from the academic institutions, we are also more than 40 to 50% of the faculties are from industries only, sir. And also as well as academic institution, also they have background of they have worked in the related field. We have picked them only, sir. And also the participants, we have from some few entrepreneurs also there who are having already they are doing automation works. They have also registered and they are attending this program, sir. And it's all because of this AICT and ISCT. And in COVID-19 period, it is possible. Actually, we have planned this program for face-to-face only, sir. Actually, if it is conducted, only 40 people only benefited. But now we have in 3 phases, there is a possibility that more than around 200 people can benefit as well. And thank you, the AICT faculty director, faculty development cell, and as well as the chairman, IST chapter, for given permission to conduct this program. And we take pain to conduct this program to the maximum extent for the benefit of the faculty members, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Most welcome, sir. It's an honor for me to come here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
I think it's my apologies, sir. I forgot to mention the principals. If I'm not wrong, sir, you are Dr. Palaniswamy, sir.
Yes, K.R. Palaniswamy, sir. Yes, sir.
Palaniswamy, I'm so sorry, sir. I should have mentioned your name. And I wish to mention, sir, that no activity can be possible without your intervention.
Sure, sir. Thanks for your appreciation and motivation given to us, sir. Thank you. Thank you,
you're most welcome, sir.
On behalf of ISC Tamil Nadu section, I really thank AICT and Director Colonel Venkat sir for this opportunity, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, it's an honor, sir. It's absolute honor.
Thank you, sir. For the participants, just stay online. The resource person, Dr. Vijay Chitra is available now, and she is already joined in inaugural function. She is going to talk on the industrial automation types and just introduction to the industrial automation. Good morning, and I am very happy to introduce Dr. S. Vijay Chitra. He is a professor and a head of the Department of Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering from Kongi Engineering College. She had a total teaching experience of about 18 years, and she published more than 92 journals in various national and international journals, and she participated in 40 national conferences and 47 international conferences, and she had published about 6 books, and she undertook 1 consultancy projects and 13 number of funded programs organized in various forums, and she had attended more than 37 programs and organized 3 national conferences and 11 non-formal courses she had organized, and she had delivered more than 72 lectures in various technical forums. She is a member in life member of ISTE, annual member in CSI, and annual membership in AEEE. She is a board of studies in member in board of studies in various academic institutions, and she also awarded honors and awarded as a senior woman educator and scholar by National Foundation of Entrepreneurs Development (NFED) on 8/3/2017. Awarded as best outgoing researcher by Top Engineer Foundation on 17/4/2017. Awarded as best professor by Association of Scientists, Developers and Faculties on 13/12/2017. Our profile is very long, 31 pages, and I'll welcome Dr. Vijay Chitra ma'am for the first session of this 1-week program, and a very warm welcome to Dr. Vijay Chitra ma'am, and we'll hand over the session to ma'am.
So warm good morning everyone. Am I audible, sir?
Yes ma'am, audible.
Okay. So on this great auspicious occasion, I would like to first of all thank Dr. Sendilarasu sir for having given me the wonderful opportunity to be a part of this AICT sponsored FDP on programmable logic controllers. So once he called me and asked my willingness, I immediately accepted, because PLC, it is my favorite topic, because during the joining year 2002 at Konga Engineering College, I was the lab in charge for PLC, and I have established the PLC lab, and I have got more exposure on PLC programming and applications. Almost I handled the subject more than 10 times, programmable logic controllers, SCADA and DCS. So immediately I accepted with more happiness, and I'm here to deliver the lecture on what is meant by an industrial automation and what are its types and what are all the roles of industrial automation tools. So let me share my PPT. Sir, it is saying that host disabled participant screens sharing. Can you enable?
Which one, ma'am?
So I cannot share a screen because host disabled the participant screen sharing. It is saying.
Okay, 1 second.
Yes, I can share. Yes, this is my topic of today's session, Introduction to Automation and its Types. So, Sendilasu sir told me my profile is lengthy. Yes, of course, sir. I have contributed in many ways. So that's why it may be a lengthy one, but I hope it should be increased in many pages. And I'm working in that way. Okay. Anyway, thank you for your nice introduction. And before getting entered into the PowerPoint presentation about the industrial automation, so let me provide a video on what is the role of industrial automation. So let me, sorry. So there is a YouTube video which describes the need and the necessity of industrial automation.
I don't see anything, sir.
Sorry. Just a minute, I will stop. Okay, I hope that video definitely makes your eyes about industrial automation. So here I can assure that we are in industry 5.0. So this is about the industrial automation, basic industrial automation. So how can I close this? Yes. So what is the inference from this slide? Industrial automation. Here there is an animated video. So here we all can easily understand there is a linear conveyor over which a certain box is traveling, and then there is a display. So and there is an arrangement, this movement arrangement, and then here in the top of this arrangement, one more display which shows a chute arrangement, and then here there are various colors: green color, yellow color, red color, pink color, and then one more display which shows which color has been selected, and finally one more display which shows a trend display. Okay, so these are all the major part. What is the basic inference from this? Okay, actually here the automation is carried out in order to select color-based object identification, right? So even though the box consisting of various objects of different colors, our that is intention is to select the suitable color. We want to segregate color-based object. Okay, so without automation, what is the role of human being? So they can do manual segregation. They can do manual segregation by identifying the colors by manually. But as far as this automation concerned, there is a linear conveyor which is moving. Once there is a sensor which detects an object of different color, at that instant the conveyor has to be stopped. Okay, so suppose if the box has not yet been detected, then the conveyor will still run rotating, still running. Okay, as this is a linear conveyor, we cannot have the rotation up to 360 degrees. This is a linear one. So once the box has been detected and the conveyor has to be stopped, and as far as the detection of the color, whether it is green color or red color or pink color, then accordingly that has to be segregated. And here this display, which is about SCADA based one, that is a graphical user interface based one. So this window shows how many number of the green colored objects, how many number of the pink colored objects. Like that we can able to segregate within a time, for about 1 day, for about 2 hours, for about 3 hours, for about from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So likewise, for a certain predefined time period, the processing will be carried out automatically, right? So as far as the productivity, then we will have the economical benefit. So this is about showing generation of money. So this is industrial automation. So this is industry 1.0. So this is the lowest level in the starting level. What is the meaning behind the industry 1.0? So there is a human being, and he wanted to hammering the object which is in his hand, and this is about the hammering type thing, and this is about bellows type arrangement, pushing. Okay, and once the object is placed in its plate, okay, in its position, which is ready for hammering, and immediately this hammering will do its action. That's all. Wheel and hammering will be carried out. So here we can say that only one person and the hammering will be carried out continuously without identifying whether the object to be hammered is placed or not. Imagine that this once the processing is started, then immediately hammering will be carried out. Okay. There is no sensing technology in this industry 1.0. Okay. What happened? Yes. So what is the inference here? Suppose if the person wanted to take out and he wanted to place one more object, then it won't wait. As per the programming is do the movement of the hammering down and up, down and up, down and up. So there is a time delay between the downward and upward movement as some 0.5 second or 1 second. So this is the programming done. Once the programming is downloaded and started operation, then it will do its action. Industry 1.0. So it is not giving our much satisfaction. So that's why we have to go to the next one. So industry 1.0. So this is the first industrial revolution started in the 18th century through the use of steam power and mechanization of production. So first industrial revolution was started through the use of steam power and the mechanization of the production. Okay. So here with the help of this industrial automation and the application of this industry 1.0 to spinning wheel, then the mechanized version achieved 8 times the volume in the same time. So whatever the thing we are doing by manually, it can able to provide 8 times the volume. Okay. And it can use the steam power for running the thing. And steam power use for the industrial purposes was greatest breakthrough for increasing human productivity. So instead of weaving looms powered by muscle, steam engine could be used for power. Manuala pandrapo, there is a need for manpower, huge manpower, and the manpower is not simple enough. So it requires more and more power in order to increase more productivity. To avoid the manpower and to simplify the work power and to yield more productivity, steam engines are coming into action. So developments such as steamship, this is called a steamship, or the use of steam powered locomotive, so brought about massive changes because humans and goods could move great distance in few hours. Okay, so that's why steam powered locomotive will be was the first one introduced to the industry 1.0. Now coming to industry 2.0. This is about industry 2.0. Here during the industry 1.0 only one person is there. So here 2 persons are there. What this means? Upper industry 3.0 no 3 persons are. So not like that meaning. So here there are 2 multiple processes or simultaneously processing. So that is a thing. So there in industry 1.0 only one process was carried out, just a hammering, right? So but here there are 2 persons, they can do their work simultaneously. Okay, so or in otherwise we can say multiple number of the process may be carried out, but the multiplicity will be minimum. So what are all the 2 persons are doing here? So there are certain costs. So this is also a traveled conveyor. So this is about a linear conveyor, and there are certain costs are there. So initially nearer to the first person, the car part is coming without wheels. Okay, wheel. So this person can fit and give inflation. Tire kuduthachu, adukku air kuduthu inflated wheels can move. So adukku what is the second person doing? And he is doing the spraying of paint spraying. So there are several paint bottles. according to the wish, according to the user's requirement, then painting will be sprayed. So there is a spray gun, and the operation of the spray gun can be handled by the second person. Okay. So there are two operations. One is the fitting of the tires and inflation, and second one is spraying of the paint to the fitted car. So, but this action, the action by the second person will be done after the action from first person. First person முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் second person start பண்ணணும். Because in automation, during automation, we need to consider sequential processing. அடுத்தடுத்து ஒரே டைம்ல கிடையாது, அடுத்தடுத்து. Okay. So once the fitting is over, then the spraying will be carried out. So once the first person did his process, then the second person will start. Okay. So this is about the industry 2.0. So there are two operations can be done. So related to industry 1.0, sorry, the page is it should be prior to the industry 2.0. There are certain processing. One is advantages of industry 1.0. So we can able to invent more number of machines, and improvements found in transportation and communication, and reliance on new energy resources such as coal, and the use of new raw materials such as steel, and division of labor and worker specialization. So in what by considering these points, then we can say industry 1.0 is a new revolution. So coming to industry 2.0. So this is about the industry 2.0. So the second industrial revolution began in 19th century through the discovery of electricity and assembly line production. So first one is steam engine and mechanization, and second one is the discovery of electricity and line production. So there is a possibility of providing mass production. It was the idea given by Henry Ford during the year 1947. So how he can do this assembly line production? So he took the idea of mass production from a slaughterhouse in Chicago. What is the meaning of slaughterhouse? That is pig meat, pandri இறைச்சி சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா? So in the Chicago, there is a big farm, pandri இறைச்சி farm. So all the pigs have been hunted, and that meat have to be holded in hangers, and that has to be traveled through the conveyor. So ஒன்னொன்னா move ஆகிறதுக்கு it took larger time. So he wanted to provide a solution to provide a mass production. At that time, some 100 pigs meat is to be ready, and it is to be traveled. At the time, he was in a position to provide more amount of meat to various people through conveyor. So the task of butchering the animal was the reason for introducing the mass production. So that's why Henry Ford carried this principle into automobile production, and he slightly altered the process in order to provide faster process with the lower cost. So while before one station assembled an entire automobile, the vehicles were produced in partial steps on the conveyor belt. ஒன்னொன்னா முடிக்கிறதுக்கு அட் அ டைம்ல 4-5 பேர் இருந்துட்டு ஒரே சமயத்துல பண்ணிடுறோம். ஸோ ஒரு கார் வருது அப்படின்னா one person can do fitting, another person can do spraying, another person can do checking, and another person can do some interior thing. Finally, the overall fitted ready-made car has to be the out product. Okay. So in order to make a car ready for using, then maybe 3 or 4 persons have to be worked. So in order to make it faster with the minimum economical cost, then he wanted to make this mass production in the field of automobile. So second industry 2.0, which mainly deals about automobile production. Okay. So even though many persons are doing, he struggled a lot in doing the programming. எந்த ஸ்டெப் என்ன எத்தனை மணிக்கு எப்போ அதெல்லாம் வந்து அவங்களால பண்ண முடியல. So manually, once the process was started, then immediately, suppose if the fourth person is not there, fifth person is not there, the entire process will be carried out. Okay, so that is the drawback of industry 2.0. So to overcome, the next comes into play industry 3.0. So this animation will give you a clear picture about the industry 3.0. What it says. See, there is a person. Can we call him as an operator? And in front of the person sitting in the chair, and there is a station. So he is doing something, right? He is doing, that is holding something or pressing some keys, which means he is doing programming. So the person doing programming is called as programmer. The person does programming in the operator station. So this station is called as operator station. Okay, and in front of it there is a hand like element, which is called as a robotic hand. Okay, and this is fitted. இந்த இடத்துல fit பண்ணிட்டாங்க. So in front of the stand of the robotic arm, there is one more station. This is called as a component station, component placement station. So in this component station, there is a plate over which there is a circuit, which is called as integrated circuit, or IC madri one irukku, which is having the holes over which the components have to be placed. For example, if it consisting of transistor, diode, capacitor, so any electronic component, maybe transformer. Okay, likewise. So it takes certain component and it fits into its position. So எந்த component எந்த இடத்துல fit பண்ணனும்ங்கறத யார் கொடுப்பா? This is the role of the operator. The operator can give the clear instruction about the selection of the instrument or selection of the component and fitting the component in its appropriate position. So position will not be same. ஒரே இடத்துல இல்ல, எந்த இடத்துல இருக்கோ அந்த இடத்துல place பண்ணுது. Okay, so how many components are to be fitted, how long it should be done, entire thing will be programmed by this operator. So this is the advantage of the 3.0. The operation can be controlled, monitored. So monitoring irukku, control irukku. Okay, the programmer can able to monitor the entire process, and the programmer can able to control the entire process by means of its programming. So the third industrial revolution began in the year 1970s in the 20th century through partial automation using memory programmable controllers and computers. Okay, so even though it is industry 3.0, then we will not be doubly happy. It can be called as partial automation using memory programmable controller and computers. Since the introduction of these technologies, we are now able to automate the entire process without human assistance. Known examples of this are robots that performed programmed sequences without human intervention. So you might have a doubt. Suppose is there any necessity to have the programmer all the time? No, not necessary. Once the programmer completed his programming and started the programming sequences, then the robotic arm will do its fixing without any intervention. So this is the thing. Okay, so now coming to industry 4.0. This is about the industry 4.0. What is the advantage of industry 4.0 than the previous one? So here one person is there, and in front of him there is a station. So this is very important, station, and in front of them there are two robotic arms. And in his hand, there is a symbol. What is the name of the symbol? Wi-Fi, Internet of Things, Wi-Fi. What is the meaning? He can able to do programming. He can able to monitor the sequences, and he can able to control the sequences, not necessary to be within the process station. He can able to control anywhere in the world. So that is the advantage. He can able to control the entire process anywhere in the world. உலகத்துல எந்த இடத்துல இருந்து வேணாலும் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியும் via Internet of Things. So இந்த symbol எதை குறிக்குது? Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is for minimum distance. இன்னும் பெருசா cloud மாதிரி கொடுத்துட்டோம்னா here there is a cloud. So cloud-க்கே நம்ம கொடுக்குறோம். So we can able to control anywhere. So and he can able to select the first robotic arm or the second robotic arm. And he can able to select either manually or by means of Wi-Fi. Both the things are possible. So that is the advantages of Industry 4.0. So this is fourth industrial revolution. It is characterized by the application of information and communication technologies to industry, and that's why it is called Industry 4.0. 4.0 means version 4. It came across 3 versions. So it is an advantages of the above 3 versions. Okay, so it builds on the developments of the third industrial revolution. Production systems that already have computer technology, which are now expanded by network connection. And this allows communication with other facilities and output of the information about the process. So this is the next step in the production automation. So here one more advantage is networking. So the networking of all the systems leads to cyber physical production system. Therefore, it is possible to have smart factory automation. So there is a great significance behind this name, smart factory automation. So we all know there is a difference between hard work and smart work, right? We can segregate a hard worked person and a smart person. When a person is said to be smart, he can able to do decision making by its own. He can able to adapt himself to a situation, and he can able to diagnose himself about the fault he has done, and he himself able to correct himself. So then only the person is said to be smart, right? So here every factory wanted to be a smart factory, so and that is to be automated. So that's why the word smart factory automation comes into play. So let us have the upcoming slide about the smart factory automation. So here in which production systems, components and people can communicate via any network, and production is nearly autonomous. What is the meaning of autonomous? They can able to take their decision autonomously. Okay, they don't depend on anyone. They can do their function by its own. So that's why it is called as the system as an autonomous one in the Industry 4.0. Whatever the programming is to be changed, it can be flexibly changed. Whatever the programming is to be developed, it can be developed as per the desire. Where we are, Industry 1.0, Industry 2.0, Industry 3.0, and Industry 4.0. So as we already seen, Industry 1.0 steals mechanization, steam power, and weaving loom. It is fully based upon the motors with the steam energy. And the second one is Industry 2.0. It deals about mass production, assembly line, which uses electrical energy. And Industry 3.0, it started automation. It uses computers for programming and electronics. It can also do the fitting, monitoring of electronic parts by its own. So that's why it is Industry 3.0. What is Industry 4.0? It includes cyber physical system. Internet of Things and networking is possible. So this is the symbol. And in between Industry 3.0 and Industry 4.0, what is the role? This is about our PLC. So PLC is in between 3.0 to 4.0. Nam almost இதுக்குள்ளேயே நம்மளோட ரோல் வந்துருச்சு, but still our role has to be expanded, to be enhanced. Okay, so இதோடவா நிக்கிறோம்? So no, we will not stop. So till our needs have to be fulfilled, but as a human being our needs will never be fulfilled. தேவைகள் அதிகமாயிட்டே தான் இருக்கும் இல்லையா? So industry next coming to industry 5.0, and as we all know, as we are teaching to the students fraternity, any new type has been come as to overcome the drawback behind the previous one, right? So industry 5.0 vandudna edukaga 5.0 vandirukku? To overcome the drawback of industry 4.0 or to make industry 4.0 as a superior one. Rendu vidhamavo sollalam. If we say positively, and industry 5.0 in outer version of, that is over version of industry 4.0. So let us have the points. So industry 4.0 focus on connecting machines, whereas industry 5.0 focus on delivering customer experience, and industry 4.0 focusing on mass customization, whereas here hyper customization. And intelligent supply chain was included in industry 4.0, and responsive and distributive supply chain is there. And smart products will be produced during industry 4.0, and here interactive products will be there. What is the meaning of smart product and interactive product? We are assuming whatever the product produced by ourselves, it's a smart one. Definitely they will satisfy our needs. But as far as the demand from our human being, our customers, so we all know that at least ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, ஜவுளி கடைக்கு போனா கூட என்ன சொல்லுவோம், I need this design with a different color, I need this color with a different pattern. So likewise we can have various demands. So as per the demand received, then the products are to be activated. So that's why industry 5.0 is superior than 4.0. And manpower distanced from factories in 4.0, but here return of manpower to factories. So that's why industry 5.0 is a superior version of the 4.0. So here is the history: 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0 and 5.0. But here we skipped 3.5. So directly we have moved to 4. So let us see one by one. Again, I'll tell you, during the year 1780 itself, mechanization began. Industrial production based on machines powered by water and steam. And during 1870, electrification was used for mass production using assembly lines. And during 1970, then automation entered, and automation was done using electronics and computers with the help of programming by the programmer. And 1980, globalization was started, and offshoring of production to low-cost economies. So this is not dealing the invention, just to make it globalization. And today 4.0 will deal about digitalization, and 5.0 will deal about personalization. So the fifth industrial revolution or the industry 5.0 will be focused on cooperation between man and the machine. So there is a relation between the man and the machine. So what is the need from the man, and how it can be solved by the machine? Okay, in order to provide mass customization and personalization for customers. So customer satisfaction is the primary demand for industry 5.0. And this is about the this is the pictorial representation. This is about the steam engine based thing. Okay, automation, automotive, and water and steam power can be utilized. This is steam engine. And the next one is assembly line, mass production and assembly line. And the third one, this is about the automation. And fourth one, this is about the cyber physical system. Okay, industry 4.0. Finally, this is about the autonomous manufacturing. Based upon the personalization and customer satisfaction, everything can be solved at that instant. So this is about the industry 5.0. So what we have seen in the previous slide, just I have added fifth revolution. So first revolution is mechanization. Sorry to once again tell you, but as far as the fifth concern, I need to say from the starting. Mechanization, water power and steam power during the first one. Second revolution, mass production and assembly line electricity. And third revolution, third industrial revolution will consisting of computer and automation. And fourth industrial revolution was cyber physical system. And finally, we are at the fifth industrial revolution, which deals mass customization and cyber physical cognitive system. Suppose if we are in this place, is it possible to monitor? Yes, of course. Is it possible to control? Yes, of course. Is it possible to control anywhere? Definitely. So because the fifth industrial revolution is a superior part of fourth one. So it will include all the sequential steps performed by from industry 1.0 to industry 4.0. And it is an advanced version of industry 4.0. Okay. So as I already mentioned, factory automation. What is meant by factory automation? Smart factory automation. Or factory automate panano abdina factory automation. This is the simple meaning. What is meant by a factory? Before getting into the word, let us have the difference between process and a plant. What is meant by process? What is meant by a plant? So we often use the word called paper plant, steel plant, cement plant, sugar plant, and temperature process, pressure process, flow process. Then from this, we can able to understand the difference. So or plant biggest plant which processes பல்வகையான process உள்ளடக்குனதா என்னது plant. Plant is otherwise termed as factory. So our intention is not only to automate a single process, it is necessary to automate multiple number of the process. So it is necessary to automate the entire plant. Okay. So the factory automation is a recently coined phrase that is used to describe the process of incorporating automation into manufacturing process of end product. So finally, our ultimate aim is to get manufactured end products. End product the product which can be of completed one in all aspects. Okay. So the intention is to decrease the risk associated with laborious and dangerous work faced by human workers. So what are all the laborious work? What are all the dangerous work? Suppose if the finished product which will be of packed one, on the pack which is not difficult, not easy to carry by a single human being. Or human being nala easy தூக்க முடியாது. Maybe the end product may be of heavy temperature oriented இருக்கலாம். அத தூக்க முடியாது. Sharp edged இருக்கலாம். அத handle பண்ண முடியாது. So there are so many difficult tasks cannot be handled by any human being. So that requires manpower. And dangerous work அந்த இடத்துல அந்த மனுஷங்க நிக்கவே முடியாது. Suppose if it is of heavy temperature oriented அப்படினா அந்த இடத்துல it's not possible to stand a human being. So a robotic arm can do picking and placing of the objects. So technically speaking, factory automation is an industrial automation. It is the connecting up of factory equipment in order to improve the efficiency and reliability of the process control systems. So it further leads to lower the cost, because this is the more important one. இதெல்லாம் பண்றதுனால நமக்கு காஸ்ட் குறையுமா? Productivity increase ஆகும், of course. காஸ்ட் குறையுமா? Yes. It lowers the cost. Quality may be improved and there is a big flexibility and less environmental impact. So these are all the advantages of the factory automation. Overall cost will be less, quality will be good enough, there is an increased flexibility and less environmental impact. So that's why industrial automation and factory automation is the more challenging one, which is the more required one. So this diagram, this picture shows the automation in the car manufacturing, right? This is about the car manufacturing. So see, there is a conveyor, cars ellame vechirukom. There are several robotic arms are there. All the 4 arms are doing their work at a time. One arm is fixing the tire, one arm is fixing the seat, one arm is fixing the carburetor. All the parts have been fitted by its associated robotic arms. And which work has to be performed by which arm? So that is the brain behind human. The program, the robots ella aati vikkiradhu yaare? Human being da, programmer da. There is no doubt. But a programmer can do all these things, but cannot do physically. So that's why there is a need to do automation. So all the robotic arms can do. So this is like a batch process. But this process can be a continuous one, but batch wise it can be done. And coming to types of industrial automation, programmable automation, flexible automation, and fixed automation. Someone has unmuted. Please mute yourself. This is about programmable automation, flexible automation, and fixed automation. And this graph shows between product volume and product variety. Okay. So these are all the three major types of the automation. From the name itself, we can able to understand the meaning. So let us see one by one. So what is the meaning of automated production system? So the production system should be carried automatically with 3 basic types like fixed automation, programmable automation, and flexible automation. So coming to fixed automation, automation will be done, but with fixed condition. Condition kuduthruvom. It is a system in which the sequence of processing operation is fixed. இதுக்கப்புறம் இது, இந்த ஸ்டெப்புக்கு அப்புறம் இது, that sequential conditions will be fixed. It cannot be varied. So the operations in the sequence are usually simple, but it can be programmed by the programmer. So it is the integration and coordination of many operations, and it makes the system complex. And typical features of fixed automation are high initial investment for custom engineer equipment and high production rate, and relatively inflexible in accommodating product changes. Suppose if any one process automation consisting of 5 number of the sequence of operations, if you want to reduce one thing or if you want to add one thing, it is not possible. First initially 3P first lendu varano. Okay. So examples of the fixed automation include mechanized assembly and machining the transfer lines. So this is about the fixed automation. Next one is programmable automation. So from the name itself, we can do automation will be done, but somewhat flexibility will be there. We can able to do programming. Enna programming venalum pannikalam. Okay. So new programs can be prepared and entered into the equipment in order to provide new products. So some of the features that characterize the automation are high investment in general purpose equipment, low production rate, and flexibility in order to deal with the changes in the product configuration. So I will provide one thing. Suppose if you take any Coca-Cola industry, for example, Coca-Cola 1 liter bottle, half liter bottle. Suppose if I need to fill the Coca-Cola in 1 liter bottle for about 1 week. So I can do programming about filling 1 liter na kudutharen. So 1 week kalichu, I can change the programming as 500 ml. So that is possible, but we need to do programming. So that operation can be done by programming. Okay. So most suitable for the batch production. Batch nama panikka mudiyum. So examples of the programmed automation include numerically controlled machine tools and the industrial robots. So this is the programmed automation. Next one, flexible automation. Flexible automation, it is an extension of the programmed automation. So a flexible automated system is one that is capable of providing variety of products. எவ்வளவு variety வேணாலும் பண்ணிக்கலாம். So இந்த இடத்துல what we have seen in the previous one, program பண்ணணும் இல்லையா, but இங்க அப்பப்ப நம்ம சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். In between the processing we can able to change. First 10 bottle 1 liter ஆகும், அடுத்த 10 bottle 500 ml கூட பண்ண முடியும். There is a flexibility in providing the automation. So high investment is required. Continuous production of variable mixtures of products is possible, and the production rate is somewhat medium, and flexibility to deal with the product design variations. Enna design venalum vary panikalam. So more likely used automation is flexible automation. And coming to the industrial automation tools. So I need automation. I can able to understand industrial automation. I want to perform industrial automation. So now I am standing in the industry 5.0. I want to monitor, I want to control my plant at anywhere in the world. So I want a flexible automation. Ella highest points na eduthukuren. How can I do, or what can I do now? What is my present situation? Yes, of course, there are certain industrial automation tools. First one is programmable logic controllers, simply abbreviated as PLC. And second one is distributed control system, which is simply abbreviated as DCS. So here comes our concentration is behind PLC. The advanced version of PLC is DCS. The only thing is both the hardware tools are tools which can be used to perform automation. But if you need to accommodate more number of the IO, at that time we can prefer the DCS. That is the thing. That's all. But otherwise, both are of same. So I will give you a brief thing. I don't want to deal much about PLC because your next session will be about PLC. So PLC, it is a specialized computer which can be used to control the machine and the process. It is a specialized computer. Please look into the words I have used. Specialized computer. We know the purpose of computer. We can do programming, we can store programming, we can retrieve the programming at anywhere. Computer illama ipo eduvume kedaiyadu. But PLC is a specialized computer. It uses programmable memory in order to store instructions and execute specific functions, which will include on-off control, timing, counting, sequencing, arithmetic functions, and data handling. What is the meaning of on-off control? Let us take heater. Heater on pandrom, off pandrom. Based upon the temperature preset value, it will be on. Once it reached the preset, it will be off. So on-off control is must. Namakku adu venum. So it deals only 1 and 0. There are only two states. 1, 0. So discrete control possible. Aduthathu timing. So timing illama endha operationume kedaiyadu. So we the human beings will always rely on timing. ஒரு ப்ராசஸ் எடுக்கிறோம், ஒரு இடத்துல இருந்து இன்னொரு இடத்துக்கு மூவ் பண்றோம், ஒரு டைமிங். ஒரு பெண்ணை திறக்கிறோம், அதை க்ளோஸ் பண்ணி வைக்கிற இடத்துல ஒரு டைமிங். ஒரு இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் எடுத்துட்டோம் அப்படின்னா பெயிண்ட் ஸ்ப்ரேயிங், கெட்டிங் an object, putting the object into the plate and spraying, and we have to wait for drying, and then it should be packed. So ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் வர்றதுக்கு there are several sequential steps which need timing. So timing can be used to provide delay in between the sequential operations. Next, counting. So suppose if it is our sugar bag industry, about one week or one day, how many sugar bags have been produced? How many sugar bags have been loaded? So counting is much important. The earlier days, manual counting was there, but there is a possibility of error. 100 பேக்குக்கு அவன் 99 பேக் கூட ஏத்திருக்கலாம், 100க்கு 101 கூட ஏத்திருக்கலாம். So there is a possibility of error. And then sequencing, best example is washing machine. Washing machine, what are all the sequences? We have to put the cloth and we have to allow the water to pour and we have to soak and we have to wash and we have to rinse and we have to dry. So எவ்வளோ ஸ்டெப்ஸ் பாருங்க. So first rinse பண்ணிட்டு நம்ம வாஷ் பண்ணலாமா? கிடையாது. Dry பண்ணிட்டு வாஷ் பண்ணலாமா? கிடையாது. So there are sequences. So that's why sequencing is very important. Repeated operation are to be sequenced. And then arithmetic, if you want to add something, multiply something, divide something, subtract something, if you need square rooting, any mathematical operation behind the data, it can be done. And then data handling, I want to move the value from this register to another register, that is possible. So all these operations have been properly done with the help of PLC without any error. So it can be used to replace bulky solid state elements and to make logical decisions and provide the outputs. And this can be used for control and operation of manufacturing process equipment. I would like to tell one thing. Earlier it was termed as PC alone, but we used the abbreviation PC for personal computer, but the programmable controller is the earliest name for PLC. So to avoid the confusion between personal computer and the programmable controller, then it was later renamed as PLC, programmable logic controller. It can be used as a controller or parameter control பண்றதுக்கு பண்றோம். It can be done by programming with the logic. So that's why it can be called as programmable logic controller. From the name itself, we can able to understand the meaning. So initially it was used to replace the relay logic. So why it is necessary to replace the relay? I hope everyone might have seen the relays used in earlier processing, sugar industries, paper industries. Solid state relays எல்லாம் எப்படி இருக்கும்? பெருசா இருக்கும், bulkiest elements. So each and every relay consisting of congested wiring. It's very tough to identify the fault behind the solid state relay, and after finding we have to do correction and we have to place it, and mari it takes more functions. So adu ella overcome பண்றதுக்காக தான் PLC comes into picture. So because the structure of PLC is fully based upon the principle, the same principle as employed in the computer architecture, that's why it was called as PC, and it is capable of not only performing relay based switching task, it can be able to perform counting, calculating, comparing, எல்லாமே பண்ணிக்கலாம். So it can deal both analog as well as digital signals. On off அப்படின்னு டிஜிட்டலாவும் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், temperature controller மாதிரி அனலாகாவும் யூஸ் பண்ணிக்க முடியும். So this is about the control panel with the solid state relays. So bulkiest control panel, இதுல எல்லாம் ஏதாவது ஒரு மிஸ்டேக் இருந்துச்சுன்னா simple personal பார்க்க முடியாது. The person who has experienced in the same panel, then only he can able to identify where there is a fault. Okay. So PLC, programmable controllers, offer various advantages over conventional relay type control. Relays are hardwired. So here PLCs have invented to overcome congested wiring. So it is to be relay wiring has to be changed or modified when there is a requirement. This auto industry, complete control panel had to be replaced since it was not economically feasible to rewire the old panels with each model changeover. What is the meaning of model changeover? So if there is any fault is identified, we need to remove the solid state panel, and at that time it is to be shut down. So after completing and restructured, then it has to be started again. So on the gap, on the gap the model changeover time. Okay, so that time should be very minimum. So it can be possibly done only with PLC, not with the earlier thing. So programmable logic controller has eliminated much of hardwiring associated with the conventional relay type control circuit. So that is the advantage of PLC. These are all the major functions. It can able to do measurement, it can able to do control, and it can able to do protection. Major functions of PLC include measurement, control, and protection. And finally, advantages of PLC is number of wiring. பாத்தீங்களா முன்னாடி இந்த பேனலுக்கும் இதுக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு பீரோ மாதிரி இருக்கு அவ்வளவுதான். எல்லாமே இதுக்குள்ளேயே அடங்கிருச்சு. So number of wiring reduced by approximately 80%. It is very fast and easy error detection. No change in wiring to change the program, because we can do change in the input output in the programming itself. It needs fewer spare parts, and comparatively it is cheaper when larger IO instruments are required, and less moving parts, and it is very compact to use and cost effective for installation and maintenance. Once it can be purchased and put into effect, then no need for in providing more cost for maintenance thing. So that is the advantage of the PLC. I hope this is the last one. Before that, these are all the possible PLCs. Sorry, Siemens PLC, ABB, Delta PLC, Kayons PLC, GE Fanuc, and Mitsubishi, Omron. This is again Siemens, and Rockwell Automation, AB. Okay, so these are all the variables. There are many more PLCs available in the market, but I have listed few. Thank you. So that's all about my today's lecture. I hope I have completed within the mentioned time, because time management is also important for any person who is handling a lecture, because it should not affect the other person's timing.
Okay. Thank you, madam, for the very good beginning. And I request the participants, if there is any doubt, can clarify.
So I welcome all your queries. So here I have anyone? Okay. So I am experienced with Siemens, ABB, Allen Bradley, and Mitsubishi, and then Modicon, Logo. These are all the PLCs I have purchased, and I was familiar with programming about all these PLCs. And I would like to say only one thing. So all the PLCs mentioned are proprietary vendors. So what is the meaning of proprietary vendors? Proprietary vendors means suppose if any PLC with associated software which cannot be used with other PLC. For example, Siemens PLC is using the software called Simatic Step 7, and Allen Bradley software is Allen Bradley hardware is using the software called RS Logix. So RS Logix cannot be used for Siemens, and Simatic Step 7 cannot be used for Allen Bradley. So that's why it is called proprietary vendors. Any doubt? Someone has unmuted.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, tomorrow afternoon you will have the practical session on PLCs. No,
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So at the end of that practical sessions, then before that, I will share the link to you, sir. You can share the participants, and suppose if any of them have be ready with their software, then they can do their programming simultaneously with me, right?
Okay,
So
ma'am.
I will give you the link to download the software, or I will give you the software itself, and you can share.
Okay, thank you
For
very
better
much.
understanding. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Thank
Okay,
you,
thank
the
you.
organization.
Dear participants, and announcement, kindly give the feedback at the end of every session. The link will be shared in the group, WhatsApp group. And also the next session starts exactly at 11:30 a.m. It is a 1-hour session from Dr. Vallavan from Meghalaya Engineering College. He is having rich experience, not only in the academic side, he is having more than 10 years in industrial experience. So it will be a very useful session. Don't miss it. So it is exactly at 11:30. Kindly join. It is a 1-hour session only, 11:30 to 12:30. Please join and take a short break. Thank you very much. So please join at 11:30. Exactly at 11:30. So it is 11:30 to 12:30 session. Thank you.